Hey guys, welcome to RHINOjoe Outdoors. We got another Tackle Tip Tuesday for you. Today I'm going to talk about the 5 rods and reels that I suggest when you start kayak bass fishing. Coming up. Like I said, let's discuss the 5 rods and reels that I recommend when you start kayak fishing or just regular bass fishing. This can kind of get you through the whole spectrum of lures and presentations that you need. So first thing I'm going to start off with is a heavy flip and stick style rod. So here I have it's a 7'6" heavy extra fast action with a high-speed reel. This is a Bass Pro Qualifier reel in 7.0 to 1. So I'll keep a good, heavy braid on this, and this is mainly for flipping jigs. I can also throw an Alabama rig on this, big swim bait, stuff like that. Around here, I usually don't fish like super duper heavy like grass or anything, but it is always really nice to have a heavy flipping stick in your boat. Next up is probably one of my workhorse rods and one of the ones that I'm most proud of. I actually built this rod from a MHX high modulus blank, and I built this from scratch. One thing that's different about this is you notice that this butt section here is a lot shorter than most. I really like that for kayak fishing, especially because there's not as much to get in the way, and it's almost like you have an extra long rod, because whenever you compare the length of this from the reel to the rod tip, it's actually the same length as my 7'6" flipping stick there, but this is actually a 7'3". This is a heavy fast action, and I've got it paired with a Cast King Stealth, and I do keep braid on this one also. And what I use this one for is fishing soft plastics, lighter jigs. You could fish a heavier spinnerbait on it, stuff like that if you really needed to. But mainly it's just soft plastics. That's the main thing that I use this for. The 95% of the time I've got some kind of soft plastic or a lighter jig on this setup. Alright, next rod I'm going to talk about and reel is this is a 7-foot, this is going to be a medium fast action rod. And what I use this one for, right now I got a jerkbait tied on, but I also use this for spinnerbaits and topwaters. This is I think right now I have 12-pound monofilament line on there. You can either use monofilament or a fluorocarbon, but I usually keep monofilament on this, and the reason why is because I also use this for topwater. But I switch it out sometimes during the winter. I haven't done it yet, but fluorocarbon kind of helps in the wintertime when fishing these jerk baits. I just haven't switched it out this year. But for that, I have this another Bass Pro Qualifier reel in here. This is a 7-1 to 1, and I really like this setup. It's great all around fishing spinner baits in the summertime and topwater, and then in the wintertime I mainly use it for jerk baits. Alright, let's get into my last casting reel and rod. So the last one here is going to be mainly for crankbaits. So this is a 7-foot medium moderate rod here. So this is what I use for crankbaits. A lot of people, whenever they fish crankbaits, they like to fish it with a slower gear ratio reel, but on this one I actually have this Cast King Assassin, and it does a great job for me. It's a 6'3" to 1, and for a kayak it kind of helps because a lot of times you'll be moving along and the bait will kind of pull you along, so I kind of like that little bit fast action. I can slow myself down with this and still get a good presentation, but for me I love these Bass Pro Shops cranking sticks. That's all I've ever used for cranking. I've used some other rods in the past and tried them out, but these are a great value for the money. But these Cast King reels are excellent. These Assassins are probably one of my favorites. One key with these reels is the cast control and being able to adjust it for different weight lures, especially when you have one rod and reel combo like this, to be able to adjust your bait caster, whether you're throwing like a KVD 1.5 like this or you're throwing a larger crankbait. It's nice to be able to adjust that. And the last rod and reel presentation for different presentations I'll talk about is this is a 7-foot medium fast action spinning rod, and main thing I use this for is like really light soft plastics. Right now I've got this little tube jig on here, but you can also use this for drop shotting, stuff like that, like lighter finesse presentations. This is like the one in the last video. I keep a yellow high visibility braid on it, especially nice when you're fishing streams. But this is one of my favorite rods and reels for those light presentations that you want to use. But really, when you look at all those 5 rod and reel combinations, like that'll get you through the majority of presentations that you're going to use when you're out fishing. So if you're interested in learning more about kayak fishing, go ahead and subscribe to my channel, and don't forget to ring that bell, and I'll be bringing you more Tackle Tip Tuesday coming up in the future. So I really appreciate you guys watching my videos and all the other content on my channel. And as always, guys, make sure that you get outside, enjoy the outdoors. If you get a chance, take somebody with you and share the outdoors with somebody else new. I'll see you guys in the next video.